starry night feel a connection. When the ocean raves with roaring waves, feel that connection. When you feel complete, then our hearts will meet and dance to the holy sound around. Memories, I need connection.
When I plan
Praise to me, love praise to me, love praise to everyone, and praise to me. And when the world's too much for me, and all my fears feel unrelieved, I feel peace in air I breathe.
The temple bells, the oceans roar, our spirits with each other soar. The God of love comes back for more.
Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are a vibrant, inclusive, and spiritual community that seeks to live intentionally, love unconditionally, and see God in all people and in all faiths. We believe the work we do in prayer and in the community creates a world that works for all cultures, races, orientations, and faiths. For over 60 years, we have practiced thinking globally and acting locally to help awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Annually, hundreds of people actively participate in our services, classes, events, and in our Spanish-speaking ministry. and we are training the next generation of spiritual leadership in our ministerial school. In the last few years, because of apparent divisions politically and socially, and because of threats to basic human rights, we have magnified our application of Science of Mind principles with engagement and compassion in action in the greater Napa Valley community. Our members have participated in women's marches, pride events, and we have hosted speakers on racial issues. We have empowered and mentored diverse leaders in our community and given scholarships to diverse ministerial students. We have donated over 4,000 pounds of food to our local food bank. Our spiritual director, Reverend Jay Lang, has facilitated an interfaith leadership group to hold public prayer vigils and 9/11 commemorations in participation with Jews, Muslims, and Christians. We have fostered the creation of a beloved community in the larger Napa Valley area by honoring community heroes at events and tithing to and partnering with a dozen different nonprofits that share our vision. Together, we've created a Martin Luther King Day of Service where over 1,200 participated in community service annually. The leadership of our parent organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, headquartered in Golden, Colorado, recognized our community for all of the outstanding, compassionate work we've been doing over the last few years with the 2022 Meritorious Community Award. As we move forward to do this work of the heart, to awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence, will you join us as we continue to ascend to new heights and create a world that works for everyone?
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? What a beautiful day to be here in the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Jay Lang and so excited to be here. That's what I thought. There's an echo. We've got YouTube going at the same time for some reason. A former shadow of myself was speaking. Okay, I think we're good now, hopefully. All right. I'm Reverend Jay Lang, and so excited to see everybody here this morning. We have a great service for you. So many things happening. We have a theme this year of love activism, and I just feel there's active love in here today. So it's so good to have everybody be in community this morning, and we'd like to start out with some music this morning. Narayan Janet, please welcome them. They've been on tour back. It's been a couple months since you've been here, so welcome back.
Well, thank you. We're back.
And we made it. That's the important thing.
With a new keyboard and wow.
And it only weighs 28 pounds. And I was going to say it's like a pizza box.
All right.
Hey, remember when we did Spirit Inside last time and we had all
nice,
you
sir.
guys come up? Will you guys all come up and sing with us
Those
on
who
this?
know it.
Yeah, the choir. Come on up. Come on up. Yes. But you have to wear red. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is cool. Thank you so much. Anybody else sing in the choir that time? Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be fun.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Dance to the music of the spirit inside.
Dance to the music of the spirit inside. You know I love you and we're going on a ride. Dance to the music of the spirit. Yeah. Dance to the music of the spirit inside. Dance to the music of the spirit inside. You know I love you and we're going on a ride. Yeah. Dance to the music of the spirit inside. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Spirit is flowing inside of me, fills me with music and energy. My heart is thumping, my feet are jumping. I'm filled with music, I'm feeling free, 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 yeah. Dance to the music of the Spirit inside. Dance to the music of the Spirit inside. You know I love you and we're going on a ride, ride. Music of the Spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Spirit inside, 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 Spirit inside. Spirit inside, Spirit inside, Spirit inside, Spirit inside, Spirit inside, Spirit inside, Spirit inside. Dance to the music of the Spirit inside. Dance to the music of the Spirit inside. You know I love you and we're going on a ride. Dance to the music of the Spirit inside. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Dance to the music of the Spirit.
How about a hand for our choir?
What a fun way to start. You show up late and you get called to the stage. You got to be careful there. What a great day it is, and we like to start our day with our vision and mission statement. So if you'll look up on the screen and read with me. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission statement, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A glorious affirmation for us today, and if you're like me, it's something I bring into my daily life to bring these intentions into our spiritual living. I guess that's why we're called a Center for Spiritual Living, right? We do have a few activities today before we that I want to mention in the coming weeks, and just before we begin the regular part of our service. So first of all, David Clark is here. David, do you want to stand up? This is Reverend David Clark. So we have developed a cousin or relationship with Center for Spiritual Living YOLO, which is in Winters, one of our former, well, kind of we share a couple members. How about that? Peggy and Inga Gravendal go there, and they live in Winters, so it's a beautiful community, and we're so happy to have you here. We were going to do a pulpit swap, but we didn't work out for me to go there today, but because you already had a guest speaker, but I'm going to speak there at a time upcoming in the future. So we're excited about that relationship, excited about having you here to speak with us and share your word with us today. So. And then also, we got a lot of little things going on, which are really big things. Sean Boyd is our practitioner outreach project. It's going to be in Uganda. He's going in October. So he's going to share a little bit with you later in the service, and also after the service, we have some African food for you to share with you that you're going to be able to eat, and we're going to let you bring it into the sanctuary so that you can enjoy that while he's giving his presentation in more detail. So we're excited about his outreach program that he's doing as a practitioner from our center. So it'll be a great trip there. And then I've got a class coming up called This Life is Joy. It takes 7 spiritual principles that are easy to understand and how to apply them in life, and that they create power and joy in your life in different ways. And if you've ever taken a class from me, you know I tell a lot of stories, a lot of discussion, a lot of experiential activity, so that's what you'll enjoy. We have 5 people signed up already and plenty of room for more. It is both in person and virtual, so you can take it either way. It starts next week on the 12th, starts at 6:30 to 8:45, so all are welcome there. The sign-ups are either here today or online. You can join up for that. And then next Sunday, we're having a fun day called Pizza and Participation. And it's your opportunity to learn more about volunteer opportunities here at the center. Everybody gets pizza. And if you are come and ask questions about these teams, you sign up for teams, you get raffle tickets. And the raffle tickets are for exciting prizes that not so exciting that I can't share with you now, but next week you will know about them, and it'll be like what we do at the Sip and Save or Crush MS, where you put the raffle ticket in and you want to win. So the more raffle tickets you have, the better chance you have of winning. So, but the main thing is just to get you to know about the different opportunities here at the center. So we're going to be there, and my little pun on there is no matter how you slice it, we love our volunteers, right? And then this coming week on Tuesday, there's a new group that's formed out of part of our community. This is part of our love activism that we're doing. It's called, they've branded themselves as Pro Inclusion Napa. And this came out of some, the signs of division, anti-Semitic signs, anti-woke signs, different kinds of signs here that you see in Napa, and that we didn't want to be against them, but we wanted to be for something. So that's why we're pro-inclusion. And there's a meeting here Tuesday night at 5:30, and it's already got a large group from several different communities here, and so we're coming together and joining. And this particular group came out of Laura Keller's study group, Meet No Stranger, and she's also starting a new group that is going to start a week from Monday on the book called Sacred Pleasure. And this is what's her name, Reisler, that has a book about how our bodies and our enjoyment of life have been suppressed because love and evil have been paired together by government forces, some religious forces, in order to keep us contained or something. And what's important about that is if we want to find a new pathway to power that comes within ourselves, a new pathway of love that is based on love and not anything else, then this is a great study to go through with Laura and begin week by week going through this book, which will be a great book. So there is a registration for this as well. You can find that online. And then on the 23rd of September, we have a workshop taught by 2 of our practitioners, and I believe they're both here today. If you want to come up and talk about your workshop. This is Dana Adams and Don Pickney. And here's a microphone for you to share.
Tension and just help to create. Yeah, so as Dana said, it's
to keep that connection going to yourself, your whole self.
Exactly. And if you have questions, you can reach out to us. But yeah, the goal is the experience itself will be healing and feel really good, but you'll also be able to take some tools with you to integrate into your daily lives. Okay.
And these chairs are going to be provided, so they're comfortable chairs to sit on, but you are more than welcome to bring a yoga mat with you if you would prefer, or something different to sit on. And our hope is to have it outside in the courtyard, weather permitting. We thought it would be a nice environment to do it, you know, with the trees and the birds. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. I think I'm looking forward to that workshop. It should be a great workshop. And have yeah, I got really loud all of a sudden. We have a wonderful event for our donor appreciation out in the courtyard. It'll be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll start. We'll have wine, bubbly water, appetizers, and everybody who attends here is invited. There's no limit or any restriction of any kind. Everybody is invited. And to just come together and celebrate the abundance we have as a community, and thank you for being a part of that abundance. We'll have a short presentation, but mainly it's just a time to gather together. We don't spend enough time, I don't think, together just being and without some activity or something, you know. So it's just, it'll be, and to enjoy our courtyard. We'll have some recorded music and some just time to be with each other. So save the date on that. End of the month, last Saturday of the month, 4 p.m. And it's open to anybody who attends here. And please know that we are here for you in all ways, that we love to pray for you. And after the service, we'll have practitioners in the sanctuary who are willing to pray with you in person. There's prayer requests in the lobby and prayer requests online. If there's anything, even if it's just a little thing. You know, when I was a Protestant growing up, there was a belief that you didn't ask for God for prayer for little things because you didn't want to bother him. Really? So no more of that here, because we don't believe God's out there, but God's present, and it's always good to have people pray for you. I like it in person myself. I like to hear those words spoken to me, but I'm also comforted when I know others are praying for me. So please, if whatever's on your heart, be willing to share it with us, and we're glad to pray for you. And now we'll begin the sacred part of our service. If whatever's on your heart, share it with us. There is a delay, but I don't know why.
Love breathes through me. Love breathes through me. Love breathes through everyone and breathes through me. I breathe the earth, the sun, the sky. In the night, your starry eyes, and in our breath, creation sighs.
The breath that draws my gaze within and gently flows outside again. The breath of love that we live in.
Love breathes through me. Love breathes through me. Love breathes through everyone.
step into this time of prayer, we just breathe into this space, this sacred space that we're in the sacred space where you may be if you're joining us online. There's already been a consciousness established by the practitioners before the service, both here and wherever you are. So just lean into that and let yourself experience this presence as a sense of peace within you, a sense of wonder, a sense of just letting go whatever may be on your mind and your heart. And we know this place where we are right now. We just allow it to be our resting, our reflection, our opening for that which is seeking to be revealed in us through the music, the message, the words, or just the presence that you sense. That which you're seeking is revealing in you right now and revealing in us, revealing in Reverend David, revealing in our musicians, revealing in all people here. And we know this is the truth of Spirit, for that is the nature of Spirit, to reveal in us the goodness and the life and the healing and the wholeness that is our truth. And for this, we are so grateful for this today. We simply let it go and let it be, knowing it is already so. And so it is. I'd like to invite Sean up for a moment. So first of all, love your clothing today, Sean. So tell me about that. What is it? Is this something you got in Africa or here in the States?
Got this on Kampala Road in Kampala, Uganda, several years ago.
That's great. So you've been to Uganda once or twice? How many times you've been there?
I think it's 6.
6 times. 6 times. And each time you've been working on some things, but they're different while you're gone. While you're not in Uganda, those things have continued to evolve. So I have some photos up there. This is of the children's school. Is that right?
This is Peace Africa Center in Kampala, and these are some of the children that we've supported through school. So we usually support children from primary school to some in university. So we've done that over the years. It started in 2004. This latest photograph is a new school that was built east of Uganda for secondary school students. In places in Uganda, secondary schools are sparse, so they need more secondary schools. So my son, through we have a cooperation with another Denver agency, Denver nonprofit, and we helped build a school east of Uganda, east of Kampala, that serves people that wouldn't be served otherwise. And it really is a state-of-the-art school. It has everything, even a guest house.
That's wonderful. So, I mean, it's so great to have such a strong education system that's teaching values. I know Centers for Spiritual Living, our bigger organization, has been involved in several projects there. And they've gone through some challenges lately because their conservative Christians have come in and had a big influence on it, which is not their native beliefs, but it's had a strong influence. So it's good to have the centers there to offer the theology of liberation that we offer to all faiths. So.
And to that point, if you ever get to see God Loves Uganda, that'll explain how the conservative Christians came in and infiltrated the belief systems of so many, causing a very conservative reaction to different things like homosexuality, for example. But that doesn't have anything to do with our students. Our students are individuals. They have nothing to do with the government. So we live to serve. This started 25 years ago when I was a ministerial intern at Shiloh Baptist Church. I can't believe 25 years ago.
I can't believe you were a Baptist. No. Did I say that out loud?
Well, I've grown up since then.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out
It was
loud.
a long time ago. It's a long time ago. My consciousness has increased since then.
It has. I'm a witness to that.
So 25 years ago at Shiloh Baptist Church, which was a historic church in Washington, D.C., we had a group of Ugandan dancers and singers perform at one of our services. And we were just blown away by their happiness, their professionalism, their talent. And we were particularly blown away because most of the kids were orphans. The 80s were very hard in Uganda. There was ground zero for AIDS and HIV. At the height of the pandemic, 200 people a day were dying. So it's improved tremendously since then, but we were just blown away. The happiness and the joy and the energy that they were displaying really blew us away. So some weeks later, one of the other ministers told me about this kid named Ronald. She was driving him to the airport to go to their next gig, and very precocious Ronald said, are you sponsoring someone? Do you want to sponsor someone? And the minister said, yes, I already sponsor someone, and I can't afford another person. So this minister told us, a Bible study I was teaching, and we decided to go together to sponsor Ronald.
That's great. And we're going to hear more about that this afternoon, okay?
Oh,
we're going to
okay.
keep the service going, but that's who you sponsored and who's now a professor, right?
Professor, yeah.
That's great.
Got his
Yeah.
PhD in Norway.
That's great. So, okay.
12 o'clock.
So we appreciate your support of his trip. Anything you give above your normal giving that you give here at the center, we appreciate. He appreciates it because it allows him to connect not only with the work he's already been doing, but there's another school that Centers for Spiritual Living that's been working with. So we want him to connect with that and the truth of this theology of liberation that we continue to partner with all sorts of organizations across the world to do that. So thank you, Sean. We'll hear more after the service. Okay?
Fantastic. There is so much beauty in the universe. There is so much healing going on.
There is so much beauty in the universe. There is so much healing going on.
There is so much joy in the universe. There is so much healing going on.
There is so much joy in the universe. There is so much healing going on. Sometimes you gotta say what you feel. Sometimes you gotta dig what you know.
There is so much peace in the universe. There is so much healing going on.
There is so much joy, so much peace in the universe. There is so much healing going on.
Ooh.
much wisdom in the universe. There is so much healing going on. We gotta help, they need help. You gotta get what you need. You got to live what you're living. So you become who you are.
So much beauty going on.
So much grace. So much joy.
So much joy going on.
So much beauty. So much beauty.
Beautiful. Let's give them a round of applause. So I'd like to introduce our speaker, Reverend David Clark, who, as I mentioned, is at the Yolo Center for Spiritual Living. He is able to illuminate complex concepts and reveal our internal connection to God and each other through his authenticity, compassion, and sense of humor. He's also a musician, a blogger, a runner, and traveled the world working in the software industry. And he brings across the sense that spirit is approachable. It's easy if we just allow ourselves to do that. So please welcome Reverend David Clark.
Testing. I'm on. Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to get set up here a little bit, just to get myself organized. Talk amongst yourselves. So, good morning. Wow, that was a rousing good morning. I thought I was going to have to ask twice. So we're talking about infinite blessings. That's the title of today's talk. So what is that all about? Well, it starts with gratitude. And gratitude is great, isn't it? Doesn't it feel good to be truly grateful? You know, it's kind of like the end of the line. It's like, okay, it's done, and I'm so happy, I'm so grateful. And you can just let this feeling just well up in your heart, and that has like physical effects as well. Not only does it increase your positivity and your happiness, but it makes you a little less materialistic when you're grateful. You can kind of live on gratitude, can't you? When you're grateful, everything's all right. Better physical health, better sleep, less fatigue. And studies have shown that you have lower levels of cellular inflammation when you're grateful. So it has an actual effect. You know, thoughts are things. That's what we teach in this philosophy. It could also make you more resilient for times when you aren't feeling so grateful. And when you're feeling challenged to be grateful, having that sense of gratitude can make you more resilient in those times. So now that we can all agree that gratitude is great and it's wonderful, and we could use probably more of it in our lives. Could anybody use more gratitude? Little bit more? Yeah, okay, so that's what we're going to work on. That's what we're working on today. So it would be great if we could just tap into that healing energy of gratitude more often. And when I think of gratitude, when I think of things that I'm grateful for, my mind immediately goes to blessings. Because I am grateful for every blessing that I have. And blessings are kind of like, gratitude and blessings are like breathing and air. If you're breathing, then there's air present. If you're grateful, then you've been blessed. Yes? Yeah. So, I don't know if you've heard of you probably have heard of the Irving Berlin song, Count Your Blessings Instead of Sheep. Yeah, it comes up every Christmas, we're approaching that time now. Believe it or not, Christmas is a, you can see it off in the distance there. It's approaching. So this song always comes up, and when it does, I always think of my own blessings in my life, just kind of automatically. I start counting my blessings, and it's the normal things of friends and family and fortunate events and just the joyful things that we're normally grateful for. But the more I counted, the more I started to notice that there were things that I did not count as blessings. I rarely counted times when I was in pain or in times when I was suffering as blessed moments, as blessings to me. When I've been betrayed in a friendship, I've never viewed that as a blessing. When times get rough, I'm not including that in my blessing count. And then it occurred to me, am I leaving some spiritual money on the table? Am I leaving some blessings on the table? Because there have been times when I've experienced something unpleasant that has led to a blessing. You ever had that? So I don't always realize it when it's happening, but there are times. So it could be that I have missed some blessed moments. I've missed some blessings. I've missed that opportunity to feel that healing, wonderful energy of gratitude. So, think of it like this. Every year, my parents would make a huge sacrifice and take us off to Disneyland. I grew up here in California, grew up in Yolo County, and my parents, whose favorite word is no, made the supreme sacrifice and took us to Disneyland every single summer when I was a kid. And it was it was nice, huh? I just remember the no for some reason. But every year we'd pile in the car, Disneyland, about 700 miles away, 400 miles away. And it takes 6 or 7 hours to get there. But when you're a kid and you're crammed in the back seat of your dad's coupe, along with all the luggage and everything else, and I'm fighting with my brother. I have an older brother. And so we would be fighting, and the whole way down, and my parents are threatening us, and it seems like it took 2 weeks to get there from home instead of the really short drive. So I would have no problem as a child calling the journey to Disneyland not blessed, and calling the actual arrival at Disneyland, the time at Disneyland, blessing. No problem. I can make a distinction. This is fun. This is not fun. So, making that distinction, though, I started to wonder, it's like, okay, well, when does that blessing actually begin? Does it begin right when we go through the gates of Disneyland? And I'm sorry to tell you, it's been a long time since I've been to Disneyland. The last time I was there, they took tickets. And, you remember the e-ticket, that was like the best ride? You have a book full of e-tickets to go on these great rides. Well, when does the blessing start? When my parents hand me the ticket book and we head off into the Magic Kingdom to just ride rides. Does the blessing start there? Yeah, maybe. It might start as we're pulling into the parking lot. You're seeing the big Disneyland sign. Oh boy, we're here. All I got to do is find parking and get in there, right? So maybe the blessing starts there. Maybe the blessing starts back in the day. The biggest thing in Disneyland back in my day. I can't believe I'm using this language now, but I am. But back in my day, the tallest thing in Disneyland was the Matterhorn. And you could see it from far off. This weird-looking mountain in the middle of, suburbia. And every time I would see it, I would get very excited because I knew, oh boy, we're almost there, right? There's the Matterhorn. It won't be long now. So maybe the blessing starts there. But if you think about it, we couldn't even get to that point without driving there. We couldn't get to that point without having our ride of challenges for my parents and me and my brother. We couldn't have gotten there without the journey. We had to make the trip. So there's no way that we could have experienced the blessing of Disneyland without the journey to get there. So where does the blessing start? Maybe it starts as soon as we leave home. Maybe that whole period of not blessed really is a blessing. When we were on our way to Disneyland, I knew that we were on our way to a blessing. I had a very clear vision of that. And we can really, at any given time, only know two things. We're either experiencing a blessing, either we realize, oh, I've been blessed. I'm being blessed right now. We're either experiencing a realized blessing or we're on our way to one. Let's say that one more time. We're either experiencing a blessing right now and we realize it, or we're on our way to a blessing right now. No matter who we are, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, there's only two things happening. We're either in a blessing or we're on our way to a blessing. And so we've just established that the path to the blessing is just as blessed as the blessing itself, yes? And we can't argue with that. We couldn't just hop into an energy pod and beam ourselves to Disneyland. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Maybe one day. But yes, we must make the journey. We must have a path between blessings. And in that path, many blessed things happen. We get special food. We have the blessing of having enough funds to be able to go to Disneyland, to be able to enjoy ourselves in Disneyland. We have the blessing of a car to be able to drive us to Disneyland. I had the blessing of having two parents that loved me, that adopted me. So I have the blessing of just being in a family setting. And I've given this talk before, and I never really counted that as a blessing, but that is another blessing around this. The fact that I even have a family to go to Disneyland with. That I even have a brother to hate. That's a blessing. So eventually we have to arrive at the question of when are we not blessed? When are we not blessed? If we can agree that we're only in one of those two states at any time, both of those states, knowing that you're blessed and being on your way to a blessing, are both blessed. So I submit to you right now, in your seats, in your chairs, as you're listening to this, you are in a blessing. You are being blessed right now. You are surrounded by God and its goodness, and you can never be separated from it, and you're always under the influence of it. So, I challenge you. Pick a blessing, any blessing. Just select one now, just right out of the clear blue sky. I know you're blessed people, I know. I can see all the blessed faces out there, so I know you're being blessed. Pick a blessing that you've got right out of thin air and trace it. Trace it all the way back to its beginning. All the way back to when you were first on the path to it. As good as that blessing is now, and as challenging as that road may have been, it's so worth it to realize it now, isn't it? To realize that you've been blessed, to have this blessing in your life, to have this confirmation of God's goodness and of your own worth. Because God's not going to bless you for nothing. Because you're nothing, and because you're worthless, because you don't deserve it. You deserve all the blessings that you have. You deserve to be infinitely blessed because that is what you are. How do we know? How do we know that we are constantly under this onslaught of blessings? Because God is infinite. God is infinite power, infinite joy, infinite light, infinite beauty. So because of this, God is always at 100%. Just like Reverend Jay was saying earlier about, don't take your little problem, we don't want to disturb God with our little issues. We only want to take the big stuff to God. I can handle the other stuff on my own. As if you ever handled anything on your own. You never have. You've always partnered with God, whether you realize it or not. God has always been there with you. The universe is always surrounding you and responding to you and embracing you. So, perhaps we can start looking at our entire lives as one long blessing. As one blessed journey from blessing to blessing to blessing. And blessed all along the way. And I've gotten this response before when I've talked to people. It's like, okay, well, life is one unlimited, unending, infinite blessing. So what? The world is still at war. Traffic is still terrible. My neighbor still lets his dog poop on my lawn. All of these things still happen. But the beauty of looking at your life as one blessing is that you have the confidence of knowing that your blessings are at hand. That no matter what you do, no matter what you undertake, no matter what your passion is. Did you guys talk about passion last month? no matter what your passion is, that God is with you, blessing you the entire way. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel confident. That makes me feel loved, knowing that my blessings are at hand. So, now we have a rationale, a real rationale for the intrinsic goodness of God, an infinite God that gives infinitely. And we are happy to receive it. Part of this whole thing is another argument for the infinite goodness and the infinite giving of God is to go back. Way back. Go back, 18 billion years or so to the creation of the universe. And what I love about science of mind, and what I love about just religion and science in general, is that they agree on a couple of things. One of those things is that we have a beginning. It started somehow. Existence started. Science says it started with a bang. Christianity says it started with the Word. Faiths all over the place have all kinds of different creation stories. But one thing is for sure is that we all began somehow. And whatever that was, whatever the initiate was, in this philosophy, in this faith, we say we were started by God. And whatever was here before all existence was here was God. And so we were created out of God. So when it started and those first blessed objects of existence were created, the protons, the neutrons, the electrons, and then they started to form into molecules and things started to happen, that was our original blessing. That was the blessing that started off all the other blessings. And that blessed proton, that blessed neutron, and that blessed, well, I don't know about electrons. I don't know. God was doing great, the proton and neutron. Then that electron is like, I don't know. That's ridiculous, right? God does not create bad. We can't say, oh yeah, protons are good, neutrons are good, oh, the electrons are bad. No. Existence is intrinsically good and blessed. Everything that was created after existence began is of God, yes? Is made of God. So everything that came after that, all the planets, all the stars, everything, all of the cars, all of the arguments, all of the troublesome relatives, everything has emerged from God. It is all blessed, and it is all part of our blessing. So that is the rationale that we can take. How do you know you're blessed? Because I'm here. I know I'm blessed because I can know that. I come from a God that blesses everything. Everything and everyone. So I know I'm blessed. And you know another thing I can know? I can know that you are blessed. We can look upon each other from a place of power, from a place of worthiness, from a place of entitlement. And we can look from that place because we can know the exact same thing about each and every person that we meet. We are not special. Just because we're sitting here, just because we're listening to my words. everyone on the planet enjoys this same connection to God and their blessings because we are all blessed. So let's take that into prayer. And let's go inside. Inside to that place of peace, of stillness. That place beyond our physical bodies. That place of quiet, that place of love, where we can proclaim without a doubt that there is one Spirit, one guide, one mind, one source. And it's from this place that we know that that source is good. It is all power, presence, light, life, beauty, joy, wisdom. It is all the good that we want to experience in our lives in infinite measure. This is the truth of existence. And so as we proclaim this one, as we describe the beautiful qualities of the one, we can also know that we are part of the one. We are made of the one. Joy and beauty and power and wisdom and love and light, those are our birthright. They're ours. They're within us. And so as we are one with God, and the more that we embody that, the more that we can enjoy all the good that that brings. The more that we can look at our lives, no matter what is happening now, no matter what has happened, that has brought us here to this present moment, it has been a blessing. Because here we are. Not in spite of, but because of. And knowing this fills me with a sense of gratitude. Fills me with a fire of gratitude that will never be extinguished. Oh, and it is with this sense of gratitude that I just release these words, knowing that they're true, knowing that they're acted upon immediately by the universe to show me how I'm loved, show me my blessings. More and more and more. And as I look for blessings, I find blessings. As I know there are blessings, more blessings appear. That is how it works, and I am so grateful to know it. I'm so grateful to proclaim it. I'm so grateful to know this about every single person here, every person in Napa, every person in the world walks a blessed path. And so I release these words with confidence, with giddy expectancy of results, of immediate feedback from the universe. And let us all release these words with the blessed words, and so it is. Thank you.
We'd like to thank the crew for just being so wonderful and talented and easy to work with. You guys are a joy. You're a joy to work with.
Choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Sing it with me. Choose love. Choose love. 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 Yeah. Choose love. Come on. Choose love.
I'm gonna tell you about it now.
Choose love. It's time to choose love. Choose love. Love or fear, the fork in the road that's always here. In the stream of the loving vine, connecting with our loving tribe.
Hold everyone you see. Hold everyone you see in your love.
Don't wanna break, so I will bend. Love my choice again and again. Let go of thoughts that get in my way. It's a love-filled world, and we're here to play. We're here to play. Let's choose love.
Sing it with me.
Choose love.
A little bit louder, please.
Choose love.
That's what we're here for.
Everybody choose love.
Gonna do it, gonna do it, gonna do it, gonna do it, gonna do it.
Choose love.
I'm going to reframe the idea of you. You're talking about it being a hard act to follow. You're actually an easy act to follow because you're so good. You can just step into the consciousness and love that you create. So A little reframe there.
Reframe.
Thank you.
Love it.
We got to reframe here, people.
We'll accept that as a blessing.
Yeah, there you go. So good to have everybody here today. David, thank you so much, Reverend David. This is our opportunity for you to share your abundance with us, to support our vision and mission. We know that which you donate increases that which we're able to do here and abroad even, right? In Africa and other places. So thank you for being a part of this. There are several ways to donate, including many of you donate by sending checks in or online. We appreciate that. Or today you can donate, or there's online and texting you can do. And by the way, if you want to donate to Sean's campaign today, you can do it online, and you only have a credit card, you don't have the cash to do it. You can do it in these same ways, and we can identify which one it is, so we appreciate that. So what I invite you to do is to take your hand over your heart to represent that which you've given to us either today or at another time. And the ushers are coming forth. And we repeat this affirmation. We bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is.
Thank you for what you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love set me free. I just want to thank you for all you bring to me. I just want to thank you. Your love has set me free.
Thank you so much. This time in our service, we want to acknowledge anybody who might be here for the first time. We have a little gift for you, and we just want to acknowledge you and give you a blessing. So if you're here for the first time on a Sunday, could you be willing to raise your hand right up front here? Anybody else here for the first time? Right here to your other side here. And then we also welcome anybody who online is here for the first time. We so appreciate all of you joining us today and being present. And we also, the first of the month, we celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. Does anybody have a September birthday? Raise your hand. We have a September birthday, September. And your birthday too? That's great. And what about anniversaries? Any anniversaries in September? And how many years is it? 34. Anybody else have an anniversary? We also honor anybody who it might be a sobriety birthday. We know that is an anonymous one, so we honor you just in knowing that that's a challenging path, and we honor that path that you're on. So we raise our hands. We don't have the blessing slide today, so I hope you remember it. So raise your hand towards our new people and online as well, birthdays, anniversaries, and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. Wonderful. Reminder, we do have a 9 o'clock meditation. I am never lonely when I meditate, even if I was by myself this morning. And you're welcome to join me at 9 a.m. for that blessed time before the service starts. And let's all stand for the congregational affirmation. And so also come get some African food and come back and join us in the community to hear more about that. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit. I'm guided by wisdom. I'm protected by love. I am here to be a blessing. I am so grateful. And so it is. And now, if our closing song of People to the Outside can move to the outside and face in as we begin this song. And these people up front can just turn around and face everybody else. So when we say love be with you, we know that love is with you. People in the middle can just face outward.
Here we go. Love be with you. Peace enfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe within. Truth come through you. Make good flow to you. Let joy renew till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Here we go. Love be with you. Peace enfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you. Make good flow to you. Let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, 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 love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you. Love be with you.
As you go forth on this beautiful Sunday, may love be with you.